Hi everyone, welcome to Chelsea Fan TV for a new episode of Round the Corner. Chelsea will host Barrow in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday at Stamford Bridge. It proves to be an exciting game because Barrow is a team we've only faced once in our history. They are currently sat top of League Two. They've equally, like us, been in decent form recently, so it proves to be an interesting game and not going to underestimate any opponents, but we can take some pride from our recent wins against West Ham and of course Bournemouth, and hopefully get a little bit of a streak going here. It's an opportunity to get another win, hopefully another clean sheet too, and most importantly our first win at Stamford Bridge this season. So plenty to look forward to. We'll unpack the game and perhaps predict who we could expect to feature in the starting lineup for Maresca. But before we get into the game, guys, I need to tell you about our channel sponsors, FOCO. If you haven't heard already, FOCO are a great site where you can find lots of bits and goods, Chelsea things, decorations, merch, clothes, mugs, literally anything you can think of. If you want to see some of the stuff that they sell, then head over to our Instagram page or check out our YouTube shorts for some unboxing videos of the things that we've received. Alex shows you the stuff that he got, and yeah, there's some really good bits, and you can get yourself a 15% discount by using our code cftvyt. It will be in the description down below and on screen there for you, so check it out, guys. Get your discount, get your good bits. But let's get straight into this video. So all of us Chelsea fans are in good spirit at the moment after we've seen some really positive performances. You know, we've got an 100% record away from home so far, scored 10, conceded 2 clean sheets back to back. It really is happy days for us. It looks like we've turned a corner. It looks like chemistry is slowly starting to form among our team players, our teammates, and hopefully we can see that again against Barrow. Now, the Carabao Cup, like the Conference League, gives an opportunity for some rotation in the squad, rest some of the more senior players and those who have been really performing and scoring for us lately, and it means that we get to see some new faces in the side and those who will look equally to prove their spot, to hopefully make a good impression to Maresca. So it means that we have a new set of players with fresh energy, with the same kind of eagerness to prove themselves and produce. And yeah, that is so welcome for us. The competition, the depth we have in our squad is so welcome. So yeah, it will certainly be exciting. I believe the first time that we played Barrow was in 1948. So yeah, it's a long time. We'll have some new fans, some new visitors coming to Stamford Bridge, which is always welcome. Now, while I'm confident, while I'm excited, I do still, however, hold on to that little bit of worry to the fact that when Chelsea is winning and we're in high spirits and we come to play a team that's, you know, lower level opposition, sometimes it's not as smooth, and the transition from one game into another when we rotate heavily isn't the greatest. And we saw that against cfctvyt when we lost away from home and struggled as well at home in the first leg. So I'm hoping that we can again still grind out a result here, hopefully get some new players on the score sheet for self-esteem reasons, etc. But yeah, overall, I feel confident, I feel excited, I'll be there at the game. But yeah, without further ado, let's talk about who we might see in this lineup. Now, like I said at the start, it is an opportunity for Maresca to rotate, protect some of the players who have been getting consistent game time, and see some new faces, or those who have just been super subs in our previous games. I think it's a game where we see Nkunku start, perhaps Joao Felix start, maybe even Neto once again getting a start. Mikhailo Mudryk could be in contention for this one, because I'm not too sure if Maresca's given up on Mudryk. I think, you know, it's absolutely fair to say that there are other wingers and players in his spot that are performing much better than him and are actually producing numbers, but it doesn't mean that he never plays again. Again, this is a game where it is potentially, you could make a case that Mudryk could start, but you know, when we've got the likes of Neto, someone who I'm still so eager to see play, you know, Joao Felix, then it does really make you question whether he should be starting. But I think, again, with Nkunku starting probably up top for us, it could mean that we see perhaps a Neto on the right, Joao Felix maybe playing in that more kind of creative role that, we see Palmer quite often play, because I think that's where he could be effective. You could also play him out on the left, but again, if this is a game that Mudryk starts, then that's probably the role he will occupy. Now, in terms of our midfield, we've obviously seen Enzo Fernandez come back in, and I think it's quite important in a game like this to have your captain on there. So I think it could mean that we see Enzo start with perhaps Vega in midfield. Caicedo dropped an absolutely man-of-the-match performance against West Ham, and it would warrant him to continue, of course, starting. But in terms of protecting him as well, his fitness, giving him a little bit of rest, then perhaps that could be a good call to make. And Vega has already built up some minutes under his belt. He's quite familiar with the squad, the playing style, etc. So it could make sense for him to get a start. It means we've got some physicality there in our midfield too. And yeah, he's a versatile player, so I'm not too concerned with his role there, really. Now, our back line is quite interesting because we will unfortunately not see Malo Gusto available, it seems, for this game again. So it probably means that, again, we see someone like Disasi or Wesley Fofana out in right back. And to be fair, with the game and how much we can rotate this side, then we probably will see Disasi once again there. I think Badiashile comes into the side once again. But having said that now, guys, we do have Achampong, who is a right back. He's played there, someone that has excited the fans. So it could mean that we see him start as a right back and Disasi and Badiashile paired in the centre-back role. It would make more sense, actually, as well, because we're going to actually play someone who is naturally a fullback or has played there, got experience there, and will be keen and eager to prove himself in a Chelsea shirt. So yeah, perhaps you give him a start. Out on the left is interesting because Marco Correa has kind of solidified himself as that starter. But do you continue him there, or do you perhaps bring in like a Ben Chilwell into that side, who's still a Chelsea player, even though we've not seen him, and he was close to leaving, reintroduced to the side again, and just a total shambles. But yeah, that'll be an interesting call to see what Enzo Maresca will do. But in goal and between the sticks, we will most likely see Philip Jorgensen, our recent signing of the transfer window, and someone who Maresca has said will be our Conference League goalkeeper, perhaps then now our Domestic Cup goalkeeper too, while Sanchez is consistently playing in the Premier League. But, having said that, that is a pretty heavily rotated side. We're talking about one change, perhaps two, maybe, well, no, the opposite, 9 or 10 changes, who knows. But yeah, again, I don't want to underestimate Barrow. I think the fact that they are in such good form, they're going to come to Stamford Bridge, they're going to be so hyped, arguably, their biggest game this season so far for sure. And they, will want to have a good go at us for sure. So I don't want us underestimating them. I want us on top of our game. Hopefully go for goals as well, though. I think that's one thing that we're getting slowly into the habit of doing, and something that hasn't really come as a given. So yeah, it's exciting. Of course, I will edge Chelsea to win in this one, but more than anything, I'm just excited to see some new faces on the pitch, see how this kind of B team, if you'd like to say, how they can play, and can they form their own chemistry here, because I think that's what we're supposed to be doing ultimately at the end of the day, building chemistry, letting these players kind of gel in their different groups, but also in rotation with substitutions. But hopefully this is a game where we don't need to bring on our more senior players, the ones that have been getting more minutes, and we can actually do and get the job done. Really, that's all, so that we can be as fit as we can be for our weekend fixture against Brighton, because the Premier League right now is we've been picking up points. It's been great, but can we just continue that on is the big question. Our next 2 games in the league should be winnable. We've got Brighton and Nottingham Forest. I mean, not easy games, I wouldn't say, but games that we should potentially be winning. But yes, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How much rotation do you think we will see against Barrow? And of course, Tell me some goal scorers as well if you can. What do you think? Score predictions. Like this video if you haven't done so already. And if you're not a subscriber to Chelsea Fan TV, please hit that subscribe button. Also check out my personal channel, Nina's Chelsea Corner, which will be in the title for you there. I hope you have a lovely week, guys, and up the Chels.